Hi there, guys. So today I want us to look at. So I'm going actually just shifted to actually use ArcGIS Pro, but today I want us to use ArcGIS Pro to look at how to create Fishnet. So in the video on the, I'm sure I should have mentioned that in the multinomial logistic regression, I mentioned I would show how I actually got the data point generated. So that's basically what I'm doing. I actually use Fishnet. Okay, so you need to get your data, your raster data, actually uploaded in your ArcGIS Pro or ArcGIS ArcMap. Okay, so I'm basically going to work on these guys. So I've uploaded a boundary which is going to ensure my spatial extent, and they reclassified land use land cover for my study area, which is the new Great Accra Metropolis, okay, or Metropolitan Assembly. Okay, so when that is uploaded, what we're going to do is to create first of all a fishnet. So when you go through the data management, you should get the fishnet over there. But I basically don't want to go through that process. So what I basically do is to search for that. Okay, so you search for create fishnet, and that's here, and you get that selected. Then we go ahead to, okay, so the output feature class, you determine where you want to actually save the work, okay, and the name you are giving to it. So open it up and navigate to a folder maybe you want to save your work. In my case, let me find somewhere that is having enough space to save this. Let me see. I think I initially have something on flat analysis, so I'm just going to look at that and save it there. Basically, if there is not enough space at a particular area and you are saving it there, it's going to fail. Okay. So I think my external drive is quite full, so I basically don't save things there. Otherwise, it's going to have issues. So I'm going to save it in this guy, and I'm going to call it, let me say, Fishnet. Just like okay, so I'm just going to call it Fishnet. I think that's fine. It's going to be a shaper, say a vector data format. Okay, so the Fishnet origin coordinate. So my processing extent, I want it to be, because I'm going to use this so that it feels. So immediately you get a reference shape file. It actually ensures that everything is going to be saved within those coordinates. So all that is provided. Okay. Now it comes to the cell size, the width, the height, the rows, and the columns. Now these are dependent on your study area, the size of your study area. So a larger study area would need, a larger area which has very detailed analysis would need a larger size, okay, cell size to continue to actually cover everything. So, but by default, if you don't know how to determine that, the default size is 50 by 50, and that's so 50 by 50, that's in meters metric format. Okay, so that's that, and we go ahead to the geometry type is basically I will use polygon. Okay, so I need something that's polygon, and everything is set. I'm not going to change anything in the environment, so I'm just going to run this and wait for the result. So it will create a fishnet for this. So basically, there are three processes we're going to go through. So the first thing, after creating a fishnet, we are going to extract multi-value points. Is that the right thing? Is that multi-point value or multi-value point? One of them. Then the last thing is to clip based on we'll clip the created points. We'll clip our boundary. Okay, created points that are within our boundary, we'll clip that out. Okay, so that'll be the third thing, and the other things you have to go and run your analysis of whatever sort you want to do. Okay, I think this is quite fast. Compared to I was using ArcMap, it would take so much time, but that's how good QGIS is. That's good that I said QGIS. ArcGIS Pro. Sorry, I have not logged in, so I'm not signed in. Okay, so created. I'm just waiting for everything to be completed. Okay, so everything is completed. Okay. Okay, so let me cross check this. Just a minute. Okay, the guy's giving quite issues, but I think I just have to be patient so that everything loads. So the points are now uploading. They are now moving absolutely. That was kind of creating a lot of issues. Okay, so I think close to 1 million points are generated. That is crazy. So let's just be patient for everything to load, and we'll go through the next step. Okay. All right. So I'm sure. Okay, let me just allow it small. I think it's giving me the information. Okay. So everything is filling up. The problem is my laptop is quite. I think the internal memory, the room or the RAM, both are quite low now. So when I run analysis, it actually goes very slowly. So I actually need a desktop, but not now. So just bear with me when it runs slowly. Okay, I'm sure we're running close. So let me just get this guy off. I think it says so. We're just going to check something here. Just right clicking, and I'm going to the attribute table to check something. Okay, so Fishnet labels have been loaded. Okay, so they are loading, and let's just give it some time. Okay, so these are actually created. Let me just check let's see so it's about, is it 320 something? This of yeah, I think it's created, I think generated about 20,000 points. I think when we go through the other processes, it will reduce to something less than this. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's close this and we go through to the next stage. Okay, so with the next process, I'm going to search for name say, so you can type multi-value. Is that what's supposed to be? Okay, so there's an extract multi-values to point, special analyst 2. So that was basically what I was looking for. So get that selected, extract multi-values to point. I have the land cover for 2003 and 2023. So about, I want to say 10 years, about 20 years. I hope my math is right. About 20 years, about a decade difference. Okay, so what you're going to do is, I don't actually need this guy for now, so let's just uncheck it in order to get out of confusion. So we're going to extract multi-value points based on these raster images. Okay, So you are inputting the point features, and that will be the fishnet. So you click on your job button and select your fishnet labels, and you are also requested to input the rasters. So the raster you want to look at. We're going to do this one by one. So we take 2000 first, and when that's set, I mean I okay, but we can run them together. Let's do that and see what the results will be. But as in the case of QGI ArcMap, I ran them separately. So I'm going to run them. So I'm extracting the values to point, the multi values to point. So that's been extracted. Okay, so we have our output. There is quite some warning. It says, and this is usually common, extracted values. So you have the input feature does not have special index. Okay, so that's basically something that you basically face. So let me just allow this guy to load up before it creates some difficulties for us. Come on. All right. So I think we can just go ahead. I'm recording video. I'm covered. Okay, so I think we can go ahead. So just right click and let's go to the attribute table to compare what we have and be sure everything has been extracted. Okay, so one mistake I actually made was, okay, so we can see that here reclassified 2 is 2003 and reclassified 1 was 2023. So that wasn't basically something I considered. I didn't rename that, so I didn't look at it. Actually paid attention to I didn't pay attention to the output field name. Okay, so that's what basically reflected here. But you see we have negative 9,999, which is areas that fell outside the study the study boundary. Okay, so to get rid of these things we have to click the results to our study boundary. Okay, but you could see we have number 2, 3 and 1 instead of having like maybe water bodies built up and green spaces or vegetation. So that's the of them. So you can verify that to ensure which one represents which number. Okay, so I'm just going to confirm that. So 1 is water bodies, 2 are built up areas, and 3 represent vegetation. Okay, so when you are doing your analysis, you are sure which is which. So maybe you can go and rename them that way in Excel. So let's go to the next process. Then we'll do the export. So the last thing before we export the data points is to reclassify. To clip. Okay, so we're going to clip out word. Okay, so clip which which one do I need? Okay, let's go with the analysis. I'm not actually clipping raster, so I don't think raster is right, but let's see. So we have our fishnet label, and we are clipping it to the Accra Metropolis. Maybe you can leave it this way. So, well, sure, that's fine. If you want to leave it this way, fine. So what I'm going to do is just so fishnet label clip. Well, so let's run that. Okay, let's see what the clip will give us. I'm sure it's going to give us something separate. So something just point that fell within, even though we'll still get some areas which will be void. Certainly, yeah, we'll get some areas with a negative 9999. So this ones you edit them in your, you edit them here, or you use Excel to do the editing, or Microsoft Access.